What's going on, everybody? You are watching the channel Dr. Applesauce 2. My name's Will. I hope you guys know that I love you, God loves you, and that there is an awesome plan for your life. Today, I want to talk about something honestly really cool that happened last night in the Pokemon community. If you didn't know, a lot of people do know because this was a big event, but if you aren't aware, Okjluv hosted a live stream with several different people on opposing sides of the aisle about Pokemon card investing. And what he did was he facilitated an opportunity for people with differing opinions to come together in a live stream and talk about those opinions. And this was a really interesting watch. This was about a 4-hour long live stream, and it did really well. I think there was around, I think at max, like 600 people in that YouTube live stream at the peak for about 4 hours, which is pretty incredible. I did watch for the first about 3.5 hours from about 7 p.m. to about 10:30 my time, and then I had to go to bed because I'm old and I have 3 kids and I have to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning so that I can work out and, you know, not feel as old as I actually am. But it was good. There was a lot in that stream that I don't agree with. There was a lot in that stream that I do agree with, and I want to give my thoughts and perspectives about it. Let me know down in the comments below, guys. Did y'all see this stream? Have you actually heard about it? If not, I will go ahead and link the stream in the comments below, because here's why I think it's so powerful. Okjluv made a video, basically, a long short of it, is talking about how he doesn't agree with investing in Pokemon cards. And we're going to get to that in a second, talk about my opinions on it. And I'm just kind of stream of conscious thought here about this, right, guys? Just kind of want to give you guys my opinion. So he made that video, and the product of that video was this live stream where he had several people that are Pokemon card investment YouTube channels on, and then some people that did not believe in that on as well. And then Cool Trainer Ryan joined on later on. We'll get to some of what he said later. And they just were able to kind of talk together and, you know, give their perspectives on things. And why I think this is so important, before I get into what some of the things they actually talked about, I think this is so incredibly important because getting together and actually discussing your differences and discussing the things that we disagree on and agree on in an adult and respectful way is something that seems to be slowly being lost in our culture. I love debate, and I think the thing that keeps us free, and the thing that keeps us intelligent, and the thing that helps us to have a well-rounded perspective and to be able to make wise choices is to listen to dissenting opinions in a kind and respectful way, to listen to the opinions of people that don't agree with you in a kind and respectful way, and then make your own opinion based on the things that you hear that you agree with and the things that you hear that you don't disagree with, and you can come up with your own opinion. When we live in an echo chamber, or we live in a vacuum, that means all we hear are the things that we agree with. And a lot of YouTube, and a lot of Pokemon YouTube, and a lot of society in a whole is listening only to the things that we agree with. It's watching only the YouTube videos that we agree with. It's watching only Pokemon card investment YouTube videos, or watching only YouTube videos that are hating on and tearing down other creators without watching the other side, without watching the side of the people that don't agree in Pokemon card investing. And J-Love put on this event, and I think that was great. It gave an opportunity for the community to see both sides, for people to learn. And I think that's awesome, and that's getting lost in today's society. So kudos to J-Love for that. But we had a couple different people on there, and one of the people that was on there was Nostalgianomics. His name's Alex. I've met him at Collecticons a few times. I do watch his videos because he is very intelligent. He comes with receipts and facts and data and just is open and transparent about, hey, here's what I'm doing, here's the returns that I've seen, so on and so forth. And I really like the way that he presents this information. Now, to be clear, I wouldn't call myself a Pokemon card investor. I keep about 2 to 3 of every single booster box, and I keep, you know, products that I think are super cool. Maybe I'll keep an extra set or something, like those the Evolutions, you know, the VMAX Evolutions collection boxes. I do have let's see, I have a set of those, and I have a set of the Kanto Powers boxes, for instance, things that I really like. So if that makes me a Pokemon card investor, keeping 2 to 3 of every set, I guess whatever, but I don't feel like I'm a Pokemon card investor. But that being said, I understand the validity and the reason why people do invest in Pokemon cards. So I feel like I have this interesting perspective where I don't necessarily buy and, you know, really sit on a ton of product. I'm not buying cases and cases like Rudy or other people are and just sitting on them. I'm, you know, buying to open and hanging on to maybe 2 or 3 boxes. But I also acknowledge how Pokemon cards can be incredibly investable. Because here's the reality, guys. Here's the reality, and this was something that was highly debated in that live stream last night that they just couldn't come to an agreement on for some reason. But the reality is 100% of Pokemon card booster boxes, 100% of Pokemon card booster boxes after 5 years are never worth less than MSRP. Let me say that again. 100% of Pokemon card booster boxes after 5 years are historically never worth less than the MSRP price tag. What does that mean? If you are wanting to invest in Pokemon cards and you are willing to sit on what you're investing for at least 5 years, there is a historically proven fact based on 25 plus years of Pokemon cards being released, of 25 years of Pokemon card product, that if you hold for 5 years, you will not lose value. Now, you could lose money and value based on opportunity cost if you invest $1,000 in some booster boxes and hold on to it for 10 years and it only goes up it only goes up 2 times and it's worth $2,000 out. How much could you have made and invested that $2,000 or that $1,000 over and over and over again over the 10 years? How much opportunity cost did you lose? And that's kind of my perspective. That's one of the reasons why I don't personally invest in Pokemon cards outside of keeping a few things here and there, because I look at the opportunity cost and I look at how I can take that and I can put it into real estate investments, or I could put it into other things, and potentially what else could that money do for me? But that is a proven fact, okay, that 100% of Pokemon card booster boxes, if held for 5 years or more, will not be worth less than the MSRP. And that's why a lot of people who have Pokemon card investing mentality or make Pokemon card investment, content, advocate for buying and holding and investing in Pokemon card booster boxes, because over time, it is a pretty safe bet, but you do have the potential to have really, really, really high returns. We're going to use a great example that CTR, that Cool Trainer Ryan brought up later here in a minute. You do have the potential for some really amazing returns. And this isn't debatable. There's no saying that's not true. This is proven fact based on the historical sales data of the Pokemon TCG over the past 20 plus years. And one of the things that I didn't wrap my head around is the people that were on the investing side of the coin were bringing that up, and the folks that were on the side of, hey, Pokemon card investing is not a good thing, just couldn't acknowledge that. They kept saying, where's the data? Where's the data? Where's the data that proves this is a fact? Well, the data is in the value of every single set that's out right now. If you really wanted to take and go through the last 5 odd years of the Pokemon TCG and say, okay, here's every set that came out. Here's how much a booster box was when it came out. Here's how much a booster box was 5 years after it came out. Then there's your data. If somebody wanted to aggregate that information and data, then they could, and it would prove that. And here, the caveat to this, and this is something that the people on the investment side were saying, is that there is a timing to this. There is a window that you have to be able to buy from. There is a timing within the first. They were saying 1 to 2 years. In my opinion, within the first 2 to 3 years of a set being released, it is open game for that set to see massive reprints on booster boxes and any set or any product within the first 2 to 3 years. Like, anything can be reprinted at any time. Who knows? We've even seen sometimes a little bit later than that, we get, reprints of smaller things. Like we got some Evolutions reprints. Well, a great example, Evolutions got printed into the ground, and look how expensive it is. But I digress. That did have some COVID, Logan Paul, boom effect, yada, yada, yada. But within the first 2 to 3 years of a set being released, it's totally open game to be reprinted by the Pokemon company as often as it wants to be. And that's why there's a huge difference between a Pokemon card investor and a Pokemon card scalper. A scalper is somebody that wants to buy something off the shelf and immediately take it and turn it and flip it for profit. Not even within that 2 to 3 years of the release date, within maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, that's the difference between a scalper and an investor. And I think there's a lot of people that mix up the term scalper and investor, think that all people that are investors are scalpers. No, scalpers want to buy something off the shelf, take it out of your hands, so to speak, so you can't get it and turn around and sell it for twice. Investors want to just buy what's readily available, whatever's available, from distributors or wherever, buy stuff that's plentiful and as cheap as possible, and hold on to it for 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 years. The big difference between a scalper and an investor, okay? So one of the things that I they couldn't wrap their head around was that data showing if you hold on to something, you know, every single booster box after it's matured beyond 5 years old is always worth more than its original selling price. And I think that's such a key point. And yes, there is timing again. Within that first 2 to 3 years that a set comes out, anything is primed for reprints. And that's why we're seeing with the Sword and Shield era and with the Scarlet and Violet era, there was multiple instances where multiple booster boxes were available for the $80 to $90 price point. And that is why if you buy a booster box at $80 to $90, it's not going to go lower. It's just not. You could say, yeah, I was buying booster boxes for $70 on TikTok Shop. That's a whole different thing. TikTok's paying the creators and the creators are actually still making $100 a box. That's a whole different situation. But in this era where booster boxes were at an all-time low at $70, $80, $90, $100. When MSRP was $140 for Sword and Shield or $160 for Scarlet and Violet, after 5 years, there is zero chance that those booster boxes are going to be worth less than that $80 to $90 price point. Now, you could buy at $100, $110 a box on anything Scarlet and Violet that is still not 2 to 3 years old and see massive reprints of any given set. And something that you paid $100, $110 a box for could see a dip to $80, $90. That's only a problem if you have a Timmy mindset that, oh my God, I've lost value. I gotta unload right now, or I'm trying to, sell things, buy brand new product and sell it for twice what it's worth within the first month or so of having it so I can pay off my 30-day or 90-day credit card loan. That's only an issue if that's your mindset. If your mindset is, I'm going to buy these things that I think are cool because I love Pokemon cards and hold on to them, and then we're going to hold on to them for 5 years. Whatever happens within those 5 years means nothing to me. It could go up, down, it doesn't matter. That's the true investor mentality. And that was really a big part of the crux of the debate in this live stream last night. And that was something that I didn't really see any resolution to, but it was good. Again, this is what I think is so wonderful about this. It was good to see this event put on and to see people that disagree actually talk to each other, actually have an open discourse, and it's not just somebody making terrible videos cursing one person out and the other person over here either trying to respond or not respond and just ignore it, actually talking to each other and having a civil, open, adult conversation. We need more of that in our world, and we absolutely need more of that in the Pokemon community. Now, something really interesting that happened in the last hour or so, I guess, of the stream, Cool Trainer Ryan jumped in the stream and gave his perspective. Now, I don't watch a lot of Cool Trainer Ryan's videos. Nothing wrong with his content. People enjoy his content, and that's awesome. It's just not for me. It's just not my cup of tea. But one of the things that I found really interesting about the stream is Cool Trainer Ryan jumps in and he's lauded as a collector mindset, not an investor, not a whatever. That's the perception that I get that people have of him. Well, he jumps in and he talks about a $90,000 investment that he and Nick, who I'm assuming is PokeRev, made on some blisters back in 2018, 2019, that investment is now worth $900,000. Now, assuming they kept all 1,000 of those blisters, or how many 900 of those blisters, however much it was, assuming they kept all of that, they just saw an investment return of $800,000 plus. He also talked about how he's going to make so much money on certain things, and again, nothing wrong with the good Lord, dude. If you made an $800,000+ investment, saw that much of a return on a $90,000 investment between you and PokeRev, brother, congratulations. That's awesome. I hope you buy a new house or put away for the future. That's insane. I wish I would have been smart enough to do something like that. Congratulations for you. But here's what I thought really interesting. We had Cool Trainer Ryan jump in. He's very popular, and that's great. He deserves to be popular. His videos do very, very well. Once he jumped in, he definitely had the mindset of like, hey, I just kind of collect, but I've also, done a few things here and there and made a lot of money in these investments. And the folks that were on the side of against the Pokemon card investing were on his side. And it was very strange to see them, gravitate to his perspective when they were kind of against that perspective in the whole time. But he was the most popular creator there by a large margin out of all of them that were on the live stream. And I just found that to be interesting. But one thing that Cool Trainer Ryan said that I really, really respect, and I think it was just a big thing to take away from this entire stream. Again, I think the stream was awesome. Kudos to Okjluv for actually putting it together and facilitating an environment for people to actually talk and not just spew hate at each other from a distance, but actually talk and listen to each other's opinions and perspectives. If we did more of that, I think the Pokemon community would be better as a whole. I would love to do something like that. Do you guys think I should host something like that? I'm sure nobody would care. I think it's a great idea that Julian put on. I would love to do something like that. But Cool Trainer Ryan said something that I greatly, greatly respect. And I think this was the most important thing that was said the entire stream. He basically said, who cares what other people think? Just do what you want to do and have fun. In regards to Pokemon cards, content creation, buying, selling, whatever. Who cares what other people think? Just do what you want to do and have fun. That's pretty much been my motto for the past 5 years as a content creator. All the videos that come out, all this crap that comes out, all this stuff that you may or may not have heard about me, I don't care what other people say. I don't care what other people think. I ignore it. I do what I'm going to do. I have fun. I create the content that I want to create. I try to give back and love you guys the best way that I can. Let me know what you guys think. Did you guys check out the live stream? If not, it is linked down in the description. Go check it out. It's a good, smart listen. There's some good points in there, and I think it's a healthy exercise overall. So let me know if you listened to it, and if you liked this video, do me a huge favor. Give it a thumbs up. That is free for you to do, and it helps a whole lot. You can subscribe, you can hit that notification bell, and you can comment down below. All those things help the channel, help the video a ton. And if you liked this video, YouTube says that you'll like that one too. So go check it out. And like I always say, my friends, find somebody to love and serve today. Be the change you want to see in the world. See you next time.